Hi everyone, Kevin Prather from Boomer's Workshop here, bringing you our video log dated the 3rd of April in 2020. We are on week 3 of the COVID quarantine here in Ohio, which is where we are located. Some really exciting announcements today. We have found out about a bunch of conventions that are kind of cropping up in response to the fact that convention season is here across the world and people aren't able to go to their favorite board gaming conventions. So the first of those is actually happening tomorrow, called ScaledCon. And this one was put together by a group in Edinburgh in response to the fact that their local convention had been closed, their regional con. And it was kind of, I'm understanding, to be last minute, but still really exciting that they're trying this. And they're kind of the first ones to jump into it as far as first date wise. There are one or two more later on that we are participating in that we'll be doing announcements on, so keep an eye on our social media for news and updates surrounding that. It's really exciting because it still gives us a way to kind of virtually go to a convention and teach people how to play Stitchcraft. We are, I think, in a lot of ways very uniquely positioned for this because Ryan, of course, developed the digital version alongside us creating the analog version here at Boomer's Workshop. So that's really exciting that we can kind of seamlessly transition from our physical platform to our digital platform and teach people how to play using the digital client before we go live with our physical Kickstarter here in a few weeks, which is getting closer. So that's really exciting. Check us out. Our social media has links on how to get registered for this free convention tomorrow morning. Since it is in Edinburgh, they are 5 hours ahead of us. We will start demonstrations at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the US, and then the tournament will start at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That is April 4th. Eastern Standard Time as well. So come check us out. It's a free to play event. Very chill, very get people here, but also have fun playing an event. I was setting up the Discord for it this morning. So there's also a Discord server for Boomer's Workshop, which I will link below. Please drop on by, check us out, participate in the conversation. Let us know what you as a community want in and from our games. We actually appreciate critiques because it helps us understand what the player base wants so that we can give it to you, because that's definitely one of our goals. As far as the follower campaign for the preview page on Kickstarter, we're at 23 people. If we get 52 more, quick math is dangerous when live. If we get 52 more, that does unlock the next gameplay video, which actually will probably end up being filmed on the digital client since Robert, Henry, and I can't get together. But that's still really exciting that we're starting to get more and more people to see that page. The project page, again, is live on the 20th of April. We've engaged in a couple of promoters. We're using Girls Game Shelf to do a how to play video and some review video. And then we're using Tantrum House to do the Kickstarter preview video. So really excited to be working with those two organizations. I'm really stoked to see what content they produce for us. And then next on marketing, I'll be working with Board Game Geek, as well as maybe Google, maybe Facebook, maybe Twitter to do some ads. So we'll definitely do Board Game Geek, and we'll probably do the other ones on a pseudo semi basis as far as actual marketing is concerned there, and I'm pretty stoked to see how all those turn out individually. For random updates, Sanctuary Saga, the core is still in really good shape. We've done some more testing with it and it feels really good. So I don't know that we will need to do anything as far as the game design is concerned, which means we get to start focusing on the art assets for that, which I'm pretty excited about. And I have been working on the the first expansion of 2 to the core game. And so already done some balance on the first chapter of that. And I will be designing 2 more chapters for that to be 4. And then the final expansion will have 4 that I've already initially designed and is just in play testing and balancing. So I'm pretty stoked that things are still progressing with that. I use Stoked a lot, if you have not realized. And then 2 other projects, Dawn and Dark. One is a JRPG, which you've seen on Twitter if you've paid attention to that. A lot of those those assets are initial art assets, but the core gameplay of that is in place, and I just need to do balance with player characters versus enemies and then map design. So it's pretty exciting to be done with the system so I can start focusing on the aspects of the game that I actually enjoy creating for RPGs. And then Project Dark pretty much just came to fruition over the weekend. Just starting that one. It's in response to Gloomhaven being a dudes on board adventure system, which harkens back to Warhammer Quest, which my brother and I played a ton of when we were teenagers. And it's going to be basically my love letter to the adventure board game community. So I'm pretty excited as we develop that. I have a lot of ideas in mind. In its very initial brain mapping design phase, I'll actually start putting some components together probably in the next few weeks here to test if my core system has any merit at all, if it ends up just being so clunky that I have to revamp the whole daggone thing. So I'm pretty excited that both Dawn and Dark I'm starting to get some time on now that we're pretty much done with several house projects that we have going on around here with the quarantine. Games that I'm currently playing, IDW TMNT Adventures. A really fun skirmish style game is how I classify it. Less an adventure game like Gloomhaven, and much more like all the information is known to you going into the game. If you did not hear me talking about that previously, I think it's a lot of fun if you're just looking for a co-op bash 'em up style game, or if you want to do co-op versus mastermind. It also has that play mode so that there can be a little bit more of a challenge for the from the enemy side. So that's a lot of fun. Playing Gloomhaven with my D&D group. Still, we're actually transitioning to doing it on the digital version that's on Steam, where I have a copy and I will just be controlling everybody's characters, but they will be programming the characters and telling me what to do during those characters' turns. So we'll see how that works. We tentatively tested it out yesterday. It seemed to work pretty well. And the video game does all the bookkeeping for you, which is pretty cool. And then D&D, still level 9 Warlock. We're still playing that. We're using Roll20 with the quarantine. So we've had a couple sessions with that have been successful. I'm really excited to start playing it. We had to cancel last night, unfortunately, which is why we were testing Gloomhaven. But still really enjoying my Hexblade Warlock there. So for those that are interested in kind of a more melee focused caster build, I would actually really recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun and plays very uniquely to other classes in the game. So I also want to share with you in the bottom right hand corner of the video are some minis that I've painted that is for IDW's TMNT Adventure system. There is an expansion pack for it that's based off of Stan Sakai's work with his comics, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, go into that comic line and have a bunch of crossover issues. And so I was really stoked to paint those sculpts because I thought they were brilliant representation of Stan's work and had a lot of fun doing that. So that's just an example of what I'm capable of as also an artist, as I've been painting minis since I was probably 11 or 12. So a fair number of years, as I'm sure you can tell. So with that, let us know what you're thinking. Join our Discord below. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook. Give this channel likes and subscribes. Anything that you can do to help promote us before the 420 Kickstarter campaign begins is super appreciated. Have a great day and stay safe.